Well, that is the power of digitization, because people are able to build social capital in the digital space and able to turn this into money. And talking about digitization in the country, the Cabinet Secretary for ICT, Joe Musheru, led delegates are the Kenya Connect, that is Connected Kenya Summit, to launch the Kenya National Digital Masterplan 2022-2032. The 10-year blueprint seeks to provide a roadmap towards achieving opportunities in tech. In-house tech Brian George Teno is standing by in Diani, Kwale County, where the Connected Kenya Summit is in its third day of the 4 days. Brian, how is the summit so far?
We are here at the Connected Kenya Summit 2022, a conference that's coming back after a 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And we've just had a lot of interesting conversations about the tech world, the tech potential that Kenya has and how we are tapping into that. But the key highlight of today, the second day of the summit, was the launching of the Kenya National Digital Masterplan 2022-2032. And fortunately enough, the CS, Joe Musheru of ICT, who was the chief guest and who also launched the Digital Master Plan, is actually here with us to talk about this. And we just want to get into the tidbits of what the Digital Master Plan is about. So he joins me right now. Bwana CS, thank you so much for your time on KTN News.
Thank you.
Really are grateful that you are able to speak to us. We just want to understand, what is this Mnyama called the Digital Master Plan?
You know, if you don't have a plan, then you can go anywhere. And in many cases, you can fail because it's not easy to measure. And so the Digital Master Plan is a plan that we as a country will use. So we have these plans every 10 years, which we use to review and we can even amend, but allow us to take advantage of the opportunities that are opening up for the country. If we go back 10 years, you know, we didn't have like Amazon setting up here. The Microsoft Development Center was not in place. We had maybe, you know, 1-2 cables in place. So a lot of things have changed. So as they change, then we put a plan together to ensure that as we go to, say, 2032, what are we going to look like? How about the skills that we need? If we're saying we're going to have data centers, we're going to go to the cloud, we're going to go to artificial intelligence, are we training enough engineers? Are we training enough people within our schools so that by that time we're there? So this master plan ensures that we can audit, find out how many people we have, how many people do we need to train. In this one, we've even said we want to train 20 million Kenyans on ICT. We want every Kenyan to be able to understand ICT and use ICT so as to improve their daily life.
The next India of Africa?
Well, and even more. We want to be able to scale even more and do more things. Because now, when you look at where we're going, either with artificial intelligence or with all the technology that is coming in place, we as a country are moving very fast. You look at what we're doing with the fintech sector. You look at what we're doing even on content. Then we can use all this technology to move forward. And so we have a great chance to make sure we plan and plan well. At the same time, because it's not a government initiative, it's not only private sector, we must put everybody together. We must all come together and say, this is the role you will play as private sector. This is the role you will play as the regulator, as the policy makers. This is the role the customer and consumers have. So we look at all that, and when you put a nice plan together, people can invest in that plan. And look at when we put our previous plan, we have all the investments that are now happening.
Amazing. You've talked about multi-sectoral agreements and multi-agency working. Now the question then would be, what is the first line of action? Where are you launching first? Where are you hitting the iron when it's hot first? Are we going to see like a rollout of some courses in maybe our schools so that kids are inducted into these ICT programs, as you say? What would be the first line of action?
So I think it's not one, because the good thing is that we have many actors. And even government alone, we have many hands. We have many people. So we have said in the master plan, for example, we need to roll out 100,000 kilometers of fiber. Even as we roll out all the road infrastructure, all the other electricity and so on, we want to make sure we roll out all that fiber. But the government itself is doing it directly through the ICT authority. Last week we launched the fiber with the Kenya pipeline. So many of these companies are also coming in and putting in fiber. So everyone has their own specific role that they are doing.
Amazing. The last question, Bwana CS, as we close this discussion. You are the chief guest here at the Connected Kenya Summit. A summit that's coming back after 2 years. You have spoken emphatically about the technology space in Kenya, but I just want to ask you at a personal level now, what is your biggest take home, even as you as the chief guest? What's your biggest take home in Connected Kenya Summit 2022? Is it the promise of the technological infrastructure that we have? Is it the issues to do with data that are coming up and how we are working to protect the data? What's your biggest take home, sir?
My biggest take home is that 10 years ago, this actually started in 2009, the many discussions that we've had and said this is where Kenya is going. If we look back, we can see we've done even better than we had planned. If we look back, like now this cable, the Peace cable that just landed, we just launched the other day here in Mombasa, it's much larger than the other 5 cables that came in. Better service, better quality in terms of speed, and so we're just seeing better things. Last time we were coming here, Amazon was not a local company. Now they're here, they're local. Microsoft has even opened their servers to us so that our young youth, 431 of them, now are fully working for Microsoft Global, all their key products and services. And of course, on top of that, companies like Moderna are setting up here. You've seen all the infrastructure development. So what we've been able to see is that together as an industry, we can see the kind of growth.
Many thanks, Bwana CS. Thank you so much for your time and the sentiments on KTN News. And we have been speaking to the ICT CS right here at the Connected Kenya Summit in Diani, Kwale County. We'll be giving you much more in the subsequent bulletins. Back to you in studio.
Well, thank you very much, Brian George Otieno from the Connected Kenya Summit. And at this particular moment, business today disconnects. But remember, we still have Mio KTN coming up with Suleiman Yeri. My name is Nokip Kimboy. Enjoy the rest of your viewing.